we try to ask a lot of people that we're doing this. People are like, oh, but what is the topics? I don't know. I just tell them, this is what you are like. What I usually go and talk to people. Like I like to talk to people, right? Usually we talk to people when we're drunk at the bar.
At bar.
But in your case, I was keep on telling we're so sober. Even from yesterday, I'm sober, man. Usually, if I'm drunk last night, I'm still have a little bit of alcohol left over, but.
Well, we've done enough of those drunken talks anyway. After all these the past few years.
I tell you, the best time that we had was the Sunday night, the karaoke one.
That was after my anniversary.
No, it was I don't know. It's just like randomly you guys came. We're like,
because we had dinner. You got us to Mod 32, and then we came after because we want to thank you, and then we ended up staying till
until 5 a.m. man. It was that we were just. I was like, no, Sunday we don't drink. Even I told you, I remember. I think Sunday we just keep it chill, no drinking, and we have like few showers, and then few showers. and then karaoke, and it was like, let's sing it.
It was that was a good night. Because I think we all had the day off the next day anyway, so it made it easy.
You had a day off, not Kimi. I think.
No, Kimi had a day off as well. We took it off on purpose to have the.
How long we know each other now, man? Like.
Since Telcomedia started.
Since Telcomedia started, it's 2019.
Soft opening, early on. I think I came. We can't edit that out.
Oh my god. Yeah.
No, it was I think I found out that I saw on Himsan's Instagram it was open, and then I came the weekend after. I think it was Friday or Saturday I came. And that's when I met you.
Yeah.
First time in Bupesh. Because right at the time I only knew Himsan and really well, and Sandeep I met a couple of times before, and that was
that's the time.
Yeah.
And then after that we just
pretty much every week.
Every week.
Nearly pretty much every week I was there.
Yeah.
From that point on. So
every week. It was good, man. And now you're actually planning to move out of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
After how many years?
8 years. So I moved here September 2013. I moved here for work, and then I didn't plan to stay this long.
So what do you do? So you resident of Hong Kong, right? Even by that time, or
no,
you just like working?
I wasn't just working visa.
So you choose to come to Hong Kong?
I chose to move here. Well, because at the time it was like global financial crisis, and people in Australia weren't hiring, and I already lost my job at the time. So I asked some managers, and they said, "No, try Hong Kong. Give me contact." I sent an email. A week later, I got an email back saying, "Here's a job, but you have to fly over yourself. We won't pay for you. You just got to fly over, and there's a job for you waiting." So I was like, might as well. I haven't been working for 4 months. Took the job, moved here with no friends, no family, and now I have like all my friends, all the people I've met, and
but when you came first time, and then the wife, you even brought her to Telcomedia.
Yeah.
No, I always said so. Telcomedia is not a bar that we own. I always say it's not by us. It just become a community. So there are people asking me, hey, I recently did an interview. They were like, oh, so how often you change the menu? And I told them my answer was, it's not I decide, actually it's the guests, our people decide, because we are run by people who are very kind of, like come every day, try to come more often, give us good or bad feedback. It's a community, so now it's not my bar, so I'm not gonna decide, okay, I want to change tomorrow menu. We'll just wait for our feedback, and they give us the feedback. They tell us, oh, I think it's time to change, then we change.
Yeah.
Same, you guys come, you always tell me, okay, we got tea and tonic, you like this one, you don't like that one, and you always ask what's new. But when so coming back to Australia, so when you come to Hong Kong, you have no friend, but how about those guys, all the Australian people?
So all the Australian guys, I knew maybe 2 or 3 of them before they moved, because they ended up moving after me. So at the time I moved, I didn't know anyone. So like one of my closest friends, who ended up being my best man, he moved a year later. So in 2014, in October, he moved over, because his girlfriend was already here. But I didn't know the girlfriend really well at the time, so I ended up meeting other Australian friends through people coming to visit, and they said, oh, I have friends here, so I ended up meeting their friends, and that's how I started growing my group of friends here.
And now you have a lot of friends.
Now too many friends.
Man, there's never too many, but yeah, you can always filter out which are closest one,
yeah,
which are like.
I think I have a lot of close friends from these like building. Like I think Hong Kong is an amazing place to meet people. Even like you think I would know, you would have thought I knew all these Australians, but I wouldn't have known them in Australia. And it was like to move here, that was the only time. Even though it's funny, like one of my other closest friends, he, like, I only knew him in Hong Kong, but we have so many mutual friends in Australia that we technically should have met, but we never met.
But here,
it took like to move to another country, then to meet. Like it's. Like Hong Kong's an amazing place.
No, man, all of your friends I met, they're pretty. All of them very cool, man.
Yeah.
They're all fun people. I like to go out. You know, this is.
Yeah.
I like to party.
A lot, too much. Like, we're all of us are like 32, 33 now, and it's like we don't plan to go out. Next minute, it's like Wednesday night. Where are you?
32.
Come out.
How come, man? I'm 21. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Like it's. I don't know if it's because of Australian culture or like the drinking, but it's more the convenience being in Hong Kong that we can always see each other. Like one simple text, you're only 10, 15 minutes away all the time because we all live so close.
So in Australia, it's impossible?
It's much harder. Like I talk to my friends back in Australia and we live so far away, we work in different areas. To organize a night to go out, it takes like 2 weeks in advance. A week in advance.
Here it's like tomorrow, man.
Right now, I could message someone right now and be like, "Hey, do you want to grab a coffee or grab a drink tonight?" And that's what we did so much. Like because 2019 when telecommuting opened was like during protests.
Yeah.
And when work was like not super busy at the time for me, and Wednesday night would be Anisa, Vikash. You guys free?
Yeah, these are very, very.
And then next minute, yeah, sure, let's go. Where are you? Oh, let's go meet Telcomedia at 6:30.
And actually, that's how I met Anisa. This is.
Yeah, I think so. Well,
and then Vikash,
and Anisa and Vikash also knew Sandeep as well. But then, like, we always just ended up at Telcomedia because it was just like such an easy place. We could chill. They could work as well. So,
I think it's very easier, more convenient to meet people in Hong Kong compared to other countries because I mean, here is city, right? This is not a country, so people live not really far.
Yeah.
The farthest is like Yunlong that I.
Yeah, we're about to where you live. And well, tonight I got to go back to Tung Chong.
Yeah.
I'm like dreading it, and I haven't traveled that far for so long after a night out.
It's easier for you. Well, yeah, after drinking it's hard, man.
Like that's why it's so much easier to me during the week as well because it's a 10-minute cab usually for me to go home. So when someone asks, "Oh, do you want to catch up, have a quick drink?"
Yeah,
it's so easy. Like, yeah, no worries. Like, I get a cab home. I'm on the I used to work in Sha Tin, so going home I could easily go through Central to go home. So
it's easy to meet. How was your childhood in Australia? We never talked about it. I think I talked about you before when we're gonna go through that. I think the what do you do?
Yeah.
I still don't understand. I always tell people there are a few jobs that I don't understand. Well, but how was your how was childhood as an Asian in Australia? Did you guys hang out with all the Asian people there?
Like, yeah. So you end up always being in the same sort of communities, like Asian communities, Chinese, Vietnamese. But where I lived, it was a mix. Like there was Westerns, Samoans, Maori people, New Zealand, like Asians, but in school was the same. There was all a mix of all different cultures. But I think there wasn't within the children. It wasn't as bad with the racism and stuff, so it was okay. It was more the adults and going to work and people being more racist. But when I was growing up, it seemed okay. I didn't really have to deal with it as much until I got into sort of high school.
And then
But I was 6'1" when I was 12. So not many people were gonna come up to me and say stuff to me. Like I was more at the time in school. I'm not proud, but I was more the bully than the one being bullied. But yeah, I go see Asian culture, like a lot of tutoring. Like I did a lot of extracurricular like sports. So I played tennis, swam.
Why you never think about being in one of the sports
Well, I did at the time. Like I would love sports. I hated studying. I only wanted to do sports. But when you have Asian parents, the culture is you study first. Got to high school and I was playing. I really love rugby league. Yeah, and I played a lot until I was 16 and I got concussion. So I had a seizure on the field. Like I don't know, I lost my short-term memory. I don't remember what happened. Next thing I woke up, I was in hospital. Luckily it was okay. A couple of days and I was back to normal. I stopped for 2 years, 2 years, but I still loved the sport. And then got to university and I played another time. I had another incident, no seizure, just had a concussion. I lost my short-term memory for 3 days. People will come visit and I won't remember.
Really?
Yeah, so even the test to get out, I had to do a memory test. The nurse came in the morning and said, look, here's 3 words. She says the 3 words and I have to repeat them the next day. And I was trying to be smart and I was like, I'll have a book hidden. I'm like, as soon as she leaves, I'm going to write down the words. As soon as she left, I got the book out, forgot already.
Fuck, really?
So I wasn't able to check out when I wanted it. So I stayed an extra day. Finally, everything got back to normal.
When you were 16, right?
This time was when I was 18.
18.
The worst time was when I was 18. And then from that point on, I decided not to play. And I started playing basketball instead.
Rugby is a dangerous game, man. I was just talking to one of my friends, actually, one of my trainer. He played. He showed me the video. Like he got, like they pull you down in one place and they just like, I don't know. I never understand the game. Man, that is insane. Even you break. So I asked him, do you have insurance, like for your neck, your leg, your hands, I don't know, man. Like
it's just your health insurance, normal health insurance.
Because you're not playing a pro there, right? It's just like it's just like a friends and like small. You break. Let's say you fucking break your neck. Who's gonna be paying for that shit?
Well, you're hopefully because it's not professional. You end up most of the time you're working, and if you're working, you have health insurance anyway. So hopefully it covers enough that you don't have to fork out too much.
Don't you think is the game is too dangerous to?
No, I find it like, to be honest, if you talk about injuries, I had more injuries playing basketball than I did playing rugby. But my 2 major injuries were worse than all of my other injuries in basketball. So I think it's like a balance.
So yeah, how do you get back then after 3 days?
I the memory just came back and then got checked out, did the test, was okay, got cleared.
3 days.
Then back to normal, yeah. Then live life again.
And then you never go back and play?
I did. I ended up coming back when I moved to Hong Kong. So my first sort of friend group was a distant relative who lives here. It was more like a family friend of my dad's. He played rugby here and he was the captain and he asked me to play. So I joined his team to make friends. So I joined the Tigers, the USIC Tigers, and from that point on, made some rugby mates. Played 1 season. We won the championship, and then I retired. I finish on top now. Can't push it anymore.
No, man. If for you, if you had that incident, imagine if that thing never recover.
Well, it's still it's the hardest thing when coming back from that sort of major injury is the confidence to go back and play again. Yeah, I would do that. The first time it took me 2 years to get back to a point where I didn't worry about it when playing. It's the same with other injuries, like if you tear an ACL or people doing major damage to ankles or anything like that. You're worried, what if I do the same action and my knee goes again? Or what if I try to make this tackle and I get another injury? That is the biggest, it's the mental thing. Physically, you might be okay, but it's the mental part that can you get back and go again? So it's harder when you don't get paid.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? You're just doing it for fun.
I still need to work, and that was one of the reasons pretty much why I stopped after winning that championship.
And then you still watch probably?
I follow all the professional sport more all the time, but I don't play anymore.
And you continue study to be an engineer, right?
So after that, by the time I moved to Hong Kong and finished the channel, I was already working. I was studying in Australia, studying to become mechanical engineer. back then I worked. My first job was working for a consultancy, same company, but I dealt with trains, testing trains, and stuff like that.
And now?
And now I worked in as a sort of electrical and mechanical engineer for building services. But I specialize in tunnel ventilation.
Design. So yeah, that's the thing, right? I wanted people to understand also what is tunnel ventilation. So how do you guys make tunnel, and how long does it take?
Well, so we don't design the tunnel specifically because that's all civil engineering side, but we have input from our side on the design, on the civil design, because the major thing when it comes to tunnels is the passenger's safety inside, and the highest risk is fire or smoke. So if there's,
why is that? If there's a smoke inside,
because if you're contained in there, smoke, you're gonna suffocate. Because the fire takes up all the oxygen, and then when you're breathing smoke, that's how you die. It's like a fire inside the apartment. It's the same thing. You don't want to be breathing in too much smoke. So what we do is under sort of fire life safety for people. So all of our designs go through fire service departments at FSD approval before it actually gets commissioned. We can build and move forward. But for example, like, you have an accident in tunnel and the car catches fire, we got to make sure there is a safe environment for people to evacuate.
I've seen it, in tunnel there's a door actually people can go in, right? Yeah. In a movie, but every time I pass the tunnel, I pass like a Thailand tunnel at least, I see there's a door. So you can go inside from the door?
Yeah. So the door goes from one tunnel to the other side. So if there's a fire, like, they'll tell the traffic to stop. So the other tunnel will also stop, and you have to walk through the service to walk through this door. And by regulations, this door needs to be every 100 meters. So your walking distance won't be more than to the closest one's more.
But once you're inside, there's a different oxygen.
Yeah, because the other tunnel's safe.
Oh, so that door is to going to another tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So the tunnels are right next to each other.
Yeah.
So you have traffic going one way, traffic going the other way.
How about if both tunnels has a fire?
So design is only for single case, because the chances are of having the other tunnel catching fire is going to be very small, because it's going to be contained, and with all the right precautions, all the right systems are put in, traffic next on the other lane should stop, and the tunnel should close, so you can safely walk the other side without being in trouble. So. Yeah.
I didn't know that actually that door is going to another tunnel.
Yeah. So like for for vehicles, usually the tunnel's right next to each other, or even say the Cross Harbour Tunnel, the Hong Kong one, it's a bit further apart. It's not right next to each other because it's in the water. It's spread out. They have what they call cross passages where people can walk in. But if you try to walk in when there's no accident, it'll send an alarm up and you'll get fined like $5,000-$10,000.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's only for emergency. There's all sensors and everything there. Yeah.
So you cannot just go for fun.
You cannot just go for fun. Yeah.
I mean, we gotta.
But like we have people to design that. Like what I was doing, we didn't have to look at that particularly. I did manage like other designers to help design that part when I was still working.
So which one is your latest work that you did and you're going?
The latest work.
Your legacy.
The last two major projects that I was working on with the company was Central Kowloon route, and which was connecting Yamate to Kai Tak.
Yamate to Kai Tak. How long is that?
5 kilometers, I think. 4.5 kilometers.
Tunnel for 5 kilometers.
Underground.
Which is the longest tunnel here? Tai Lam for sure, but I don't think it's a 5 kilometer, man.
Road tunnel, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one's the longest.
Tai Lam is the longest one, I'm sure, but it's not 5 kilometer for sure. It's like probably, I don't know, like 2.
No, then this is definitely like, but the projects I worked on are roughly 4. Like one of the ones that's already open now, Chunmon to Chaplakok.
Yeah.
That was one of my first projects. That's like 4 point something kilometers. Yeah.
It's underground, right?
Underwater and underground.
I think I asked you this question also last time, right? You guys, So I don't know, you just built, and then it's
They have a drilling machine.
drilling machine from both
Yeah.
side, and
So
they're gonna make.
depending how long the tunnel is, because some in Europe, like the Channel Tunnel was two sides drilling like this, and then to meet in the middle. I think Chunmon one was only drilled one side, and it would just drilled straight to the other side, and then the other one machine did the other tunnel. But that one was at the time Hong Kong's deepest subsea tunnel. So what it means is it's the bottom of the water, it's underneath that, and they drill in underneath the ground and come up. So it's not there's
So they're not going through the water.
no.
So is there a chance? So how deep is that?
That need check.
But is it deep?
It's
like,
deep. It's
like,
deep because you can tell because when you come into the tunnel, it's 5% gradient, so it's really steep. So to get underneath, so otherwise your tunnel has to be really long if you want it to gradually go down.
Yeah.
But because it's not, it just goes
It
down
just
like
down
this.
like this?
Yeah.
I haven't been there.
Yeah. I haven't been in the tunnel either. I was supposed to once I was supposed to do a inspection just to check out the tunnel, but I had some things on and times clashed and some other meetings and I couldn't go check it out. But that was one of my first projects when I was in Hong Kong.
And what took you how many years? 7 years?
Because we only did the reference design, so there's all different stages. So usually they have a reference design first, which is one part of the project, and then they use that as a base for another company to build on. So it's like cross-checking, so they're making sure it's not just one company doing everything. Who knows what if there's a mistake? If you have another company, there's a chance that they're going to catch any problems.
Yeah.
So the second contract was the one that finished it, and I was working on it 2015 to end of 2016 roughly. That's when I was on the project. Yeah, no.
But it's insane when every time when I think I ask you, this is the second time I ask you how they do drilling, how they actually build a tunnel through the sea.
Yeah,
and it's insane to think about it, but people do it, man.
Well, those machines are like the people that design those machines. They're specifically designed for each project.
For specifically, they create that one machine.
Yeah, they're like in the millions. They're probably $20-something million US
Still
for
cheaper,
one machine.
It's still cheaper than the car.
It's like it's insane. Like, and then when something goes on wrong, they have to either buy another one or spend more money to fix it. And they come in different sizes. So if this tunnel is only 20 meters in diameter, and your other project is 18, the company needs to buy another one to make a smaller.
And they're gonna throw away that
and
machine.
another one just gets thrown away. Or if the company's lucky enough, they win another project somewhere else in the world to use that machine. So that project, one of the companies, Gurung, they also won another project now, which they're working on, which is T2 Trunk Road that goes from Lantin to Kai Tak.
Also a tunnel.
Also a tunnel, and they're designing it using the same tunnel machine.
By the way, we can check actually which was the longest tunnel in Hong Kong.
So Dhruva is working there, that tunnel now.
Oh yeah, so they have 24 Lane has the founding member, Mr. Suman, Mr. Beepesh, and Mr. 24. Was that 21 Gun? He's working there as a lot of Nepalese people work as a construction worker, man. They're the people of Chunmun to
So it is,
Cheprak.
4 point something kilometers? 5 even?
Let's see, this is...
Oh, this is the one you just
This
saw.
is the one I just saw.
Long,
So
yeah.
it's open when working now.
5.5
Yeah.
kilometers.
Yeah.
But can you check how long is the Tai Nam tunnel, man? Every day I take that tunnel. It's not that long. It's like 1.5 or 2 kilometers.
Also, so they're about to open.
3.8.
3.8 kilometers.
About to open Sha Tin Central Link, the MTR line from Hong Ham connect to Admiralty and Central. So this project has been ongoing for a long time now, and it's been delayed the past few years. It's supposed to open this year, but that was delayed. It's like 5-6 kilometers across the harbour.
Shit, man.
But that's MTR, so it's metro.
So the tunnel has to same format for the MTR or the bus?
It's different design standards. So I initially only really worked on metros, and then mainly Hong Kong was more road tunnels. So I worked on both. My first metro was in Saudi Arabia, one of the longest lines at the time. Yeah,
Like pretty
metro
long.
lines.
I mean, over there, man, they have everything.
They have money. It's projects because they're all preparing for the World Cup.
Qatar,
Qatar World
right?
Cup.
Qatar World Cup.
So this was already I was working on it since 2015. Was still working on until 2019, doing checks because we did the main design of the tunnel ventilation system. But the standards are different.
It's 2022 is the Qatar World Cup, right?
Yeah, I think next year.
22,
So
yeah.
it should be open soon.
Man, it's crazy. They have the stadium and everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I'm sure they put so much money, which we can't even imagine. But yeah, they did. I find out also actually they actually paid a FIFA member to bring the World Cup to their country.
Or it's pretty standard. I think everywhere is the same.
No, not in their case, especially.
But you wouldn't be surprised
Yeah.
if there were other countries doing the same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like-
But in their case, because it's hot city, man. It's very hot. So they have to play. I don't know. Maybe they have AC, man. Probably they have AC in the
Full
stadium.
stadium, probably.
Yeah. They have AC. You never know because the amount of money they have, they can build anything. But coming back to Hong Kong, so now you're leaving. Tomorrow is your flight. I don't know
Tomorrow's my flight.
when we're gonna.
Yeah.
So today is the 7th of December, no, 8th of December.
8th.
You're flying on the 9th of December.
Yeah.
So when you're planning to come back?
Well, as soon as they reduce quarantine, if they reduce to 7 days quarantine when I come back, then we might come back earlier and see. But it also depends on Kimmy's partner visa, because in Australia, if you apply for the partner visa,
Yeah.
you can't leave the country. Well, I heard you can't leave the country until it's approved.
3 years, 2 years, probably.
I think 6 to 18 months.
6 to 18 months.
Yeah. So if we're lucky, hopefully by end of next year, because we're planning to do alternate Christmases. So this year will be Christmas in Sydney, and next year will be Christmas in Hong Kong, and we'll do that. But it depends on her visa. Yeah, or maybe I just come back first. I come back, hang out with my friends, and hang out with her family.
Yeah.
While she's there, but yeah, we're gonna see.
But I
We're
think
gonna settle down
it's
first.
just like you guys living on a point again, like you left your rugby on point here, like you guys are on peak, party, James, Kimmy there. So you're gonna watch it. Oh my God, you guys!
It's gonna be very different because like I said, when you get back to Australia, to organize a night out takes a lot of effort.
I want to ask you about more thing about Australia. I need to check actually. भाइ is 30 मिनट भइसक्यो कि तिमीले भइसकेपछि नि गर्छ ए रोल भइसकेछ ओके because I just want to check what they do just तिमीले गरिसक्यो ठिक so I never went to Australia and hope one day you're going to invite us over there. We can come there and party, have a mango strawberry tea and tonic. I'll bring 1 liter back.
So no,
so Australia is a continent itself, right?
Yeah.
More understanding. So people live around. Is it around?
Well, you have the major cities, and that's where most people live, because half of Australia, more than half, is like unlivable. It's desert.
Every time I think about Australia, I think about crocodile. And I'm not kidding, man. I'm not kidding. Yesterday I had a dream like this. Last night I had a dream. I don't know. It's like looked like my son or one kid jump into one of the like pond or lake. It's full of crocodile. And I'm with you now. We're talking about Australia. Maybe that's why I was thinking yesterday. Like every
not everywhere,
but mostly.
No,
people, man, they have
only,
they have a killer spider over there. You know.
Australia's killer everything, but like spiders,
They
snakes, spiders, snakes, crocodiles. But like crocodiles are mainly located in warmer areas, so a bit more up north. So like Brisbane, Queensland, but up north there will be
a lot
that
of
one,
them,
a
right?
lot more. Whereas in New South Wales, you won't find many unless you go to the zoo. Yeah, you'd be fairly safe.
But
You're probably more scared of like spiders.
So where do you
Snakes.
live? The city?
I live about 30 minutes from Sydney CBD.
Okay, so there's
So
that
drive.
not far. So this it's still a
It's
city.
not far. We're still,
still a
yeah,
city.
like Sydney's pretty big, and until you get out, maybe over an hour and a half, that's where it gets to bushland,
Yeah.
and then you'll see like kangaroos. People have farms out
So
there.
you can see
and
kangaroos just like this on the street.
out. You have to go out. It's
But
not
you-
like if where I live that you won't see a kangaroo.
But,
you won't
but,
see.
but if you let's say you drive out for 1 hour, then you can see kangaroo just like
yeah,
this.
over an hour, yeah, you'll be able to see
Damn.
depending on where. So
And
once you
they're
get past
also very
like Blacktown,
dangerous.
Penrith, the bigger ones are the big red kangaroos, but they're not. They're there. You have to go out far to see them. Yeah. It's not like what everyone thinks. Like I'm not going to catch a train. Suddenly a kangaroo is going to walk into the train. So, like it's like everyday life here. Just if you go out, then. they'll
So
be-
what are the best memories that you had or you're gonna see again that you'll be more happy to see in Australia?
Well, I guess memories or what?
Like things that you
I like to
missed.
see my family again, and
I mean,
especially
yeah,
with COVID,
yeah.
I haven't seen family for over 2 years. And obviously on the phone doesn't really count, like video calls don't
Yeah.
really count. My niece, which I haven't met yet,
Yeah.
so I'll finally get to meet, and all my friends, like all the friends that I'm close to that are still in Sydney are like guys I've met that I've known from high school. So we've known each other for over 20 years, and we're still friends, still really close. I have a wedding, one of my cousin's friends' wedding is in January, early January.
And your
And I'm
wedding.
going to be there. Groomsmen there. My wedding, we haven't planned our Sydney one yet, or our international one, because we really want to have both families together.
But I was getting a wedding party. I was reading about how much money people spend on a wedding.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
It's
Don't you
crazy.
think it's waste of money?
It is.
Yeah. So why don't we just invite a couple of people, family members, and yeah, that's
So my
eventually
mum,
that's what you need, right?
yeah. So that's like what we did here. We did a smaller one here. Like it was obviously only Hong Kong people, our closest friends, and Kimmy's family and relatives, and we just threw a party pretty much. We just threw a free flow party
Yeah.
for 3 hours, 3.5 hours, and that's much cheaper. If we did a banquet, sit down, it's like
Yeah, it
over
costs you a
$1,000
lot
per
of-
person.
Yeah, man. In
Like
hotel,
we
man.
we were like, no, we're not gonna do
And
that.
I tell you, no one even enjoy that.
No, I know.
None
No
of-
one.
Probably, let's say old people. I mean, old people.
Well, it's
they
funny.
wanna- they wanna
Funny
be
you
good.
say that because some of Kimmy's like parents' family friends, like they're obviously older, and they have kids. So we invited the families, and their kids are old enough to drink, and they loved our format. Which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
too
yeah.
much. We come in, everyone's there, drinks
Yeah,
are there.
man,
There's some snacks
Yeah,
there.
yeah. This,
Come in and they just danced, partied the whole time with us, and they had so much fun.
I think probably you also, you guys are also lucky because it was like a fucking quarantine and lockdown for that people suddenly come out. But yeah, and that has to be changed. I mean, people like younger generation like us, when these guys got married, probably same format. People want to have fun. No one want to sit down and there's a 5-course serving you
Yeah, we
a
don't-
bird's nest.
Yeah,
and
we
I
don't
don't
need
know,
to sit
rhino's
down and wait
horn.
and
not
like
not
that.
rhino horn,
But me, but still, like we're going back. My parents want to use something like a banquet to introduce Kimmy to the rest of my family, because I have a lot of relatives in Sydney. My extended family is like nearly 90 people.
How many generations that you guys in?
It would be probably like 4 generations of
So you
people.
guys are 4.
Yeah.
That's
So
that is already
we have a like.
you invaded, man.
So mum wants to do something like a smaller banquet. Well, it's not small. It's like a big banquet with everyone, and we couldn't really say no. So that doesn't really count as our
But that's from
wedding.
family.
That's more for my mum, because obviously she missed out, and I would have loved to have my family here,
Yeah.
but and experience what we could do here, because you can't do that in Australia. You won't be able to do the same thing in Australia.
Why is that?
You can't throw free flow and have bottles on the table with no bartender serving. You need someone to serve the whole time, because the
Why
rules
is
are
that?
very strict in Australia.
Without COVID.
Without COVID, they're
Oh,
already
really?
very strict.
So what are the rules?
So the bartender or alcohol serving staff. So even if you work at a bottle shop, you need to get something called a RSA, which stands for Responsible Service of Alcohol. You need to do this certificate to be able to work in the industry in the first place. And if you're in that industry, say you're a bottle shop owner, if I sell and you're underage, I sell to you, you get in trouble or you get injured or get hurt because you were drunk, I get fined because I was the person instigating, even though you came to me and I just sold it. If you're a bartender, as soon as you see someone drunk, you're not allowed to serve them anymore.
Yeah, same mistake, I guess. Yeah.
And if someone vomits inside a club or if anyone sees you drunk, security can kick you out, and that's it. Like, it's so strict. You get bottles in a table. If you use the person, there'll be someone serving you the whole time. So everything has to be.
So there has to be. So in Hong Kong, we just fucking ourselves, man. We just
At my
down
wedding,
it.
wedding. So we had a cocktail party cocktail reception at DI. We started at 4 p.m. till 5 or till 7 something 8,
Yeah.
and we had the whole place to ourselves. They just put the bottles,
And we just drink it ourselves, right?
vodka, whiskey, tequila, gin, all on the tables, so that you just pour yourself and just go.
No need
That's it.
No need RSA.
No need RSA.
RSA,
No need
RSA.
So it's gonna be very different. Like, here you get free for brunches. It's just finish down drinks, next one.
You can't do that?
At the time in Australia, they didn't even have that. Now I think there is, but then if you get too drunk, you're gonna get kicked out anyway.
But what's the reason? Why do you think? Because they are very rowdy after getting drunk?
I think that's probably one reason. That's probably the biggest reason. People either getting fights or starting fights, or I wouldn't say it's Western culture, but you see more of that, like in the US, the UK.
No, I think everyone
But then when Asians drink, we don't really do that.
I mean, it's okay. It's probably a cultural
Probably,
thing, but I have to say, everyone. I tell you, every time when they say, oh, the bunch of Australian coming for a drink. I've been working in a bar for like 10 years probably. Our GM is like, yeah, just look after them. They will drink, but like they'll be more loud and rowdy.
Yeah.
So
And then
it's
you
normal.
get every so often where it's like one guy just gets angry for no reason, and then it just escalates everything, and then everyone.
So it's not only us.
No,
I thought it's a Nepalese thing, man.
No.
Let's not talk about it, but I thought
But
it's
I
our
think,
thing.
I think.
So it's actually other people also do,
There is.
but they get away with that as their culture. But when we do it, we cannot, right? They will start judging us.
But look, like, that's what I meant to say. Like, I couldn't do anything like what I did here in Australia. The fun that everyone had, the fun that all the uncles, aunties had, even like, there's no chance. There's no way. Like, maybe I have to come back and throw another party and bring all my friends from Sydney to come over to do it.
Man, they'll be fucking. They'll love it, right?
They would love it.
Some of them they've never been here probably.
No, I was supposed to. My friend. So the wedding I have in January, the groom. He's one of his groomsmen. He was planning his bachelor party in Hong Kong for last year, but because of COVID, everything cancelled. I had everything planned up. You would have seen me bring 20 guys come in to go drink at Telpini or anywhere.
And
We've just been
drunk
we
as
couldn't.
yeah.
I mean, we couldn't do it.
So when you go back to Australia, so you can't get drunk the way you get drunk over here. Or like,
No.
how does it work?
You have to. If you get drunk, you have to have a very good straight face.
Like.
Don't act drunk.
You know me, right? When I get drunk, I'm probably out of the venue, right away. Right away.
It's just like they're super strict, and yeah, it got worse because Sydney. When I left, a couple of years later, they went into like they had city lockdowns. So after a certain point at night, they can't serve shots. They can't serve. If you leave the venue, you can't come back into any other venue. I think it was like 1 a.m.
Yeah, man.
They had that go on, and then a lot of iconic bars when I was growing up.
No,
closed.
they started this 3 a.m. thing. Their bar has to close at 3 a.m.
Two.
without even COVID. That was before
Yeah, it was
COVID,
already set, and
They're
then
very strict, man.
super.
Oh yeah. Also, talking about strict, I don't know. Our 24 lane guys know. There's in Australia. There's a thing. You cannot bring fruits from any other country.
No, you can't bring fruit. You can't bring food.
You cannot bring fruit.
Yeah,
it's so strict.
They're super worried about.
And there's a
for
guy made a
customs.
joke about it. You can bring a weed, but the fruits.
If you just don't get caught, but yeah, because it's still illegal in Australia.
Do you know why?
Everything's illegal. No.
You know why they cannot bring fruit?
It's
fruits.
So I think I could be wrong, but I think because back in the day, because Australia was colonized by the British, and a lot of people, every time they thought of a problem, oh wait, we can bring animals in, certain animals and pets to help control certain problems. At one point, I think it was some bugs, and they brought cane toads in to take care of the bugs, but then the cane toads just multiplied and then caused mass devastation.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the.
And I think it's because of some reasons like this, they really control what fruits and what animals that we bring into the country.
Yeah.
Because they don't want anything like that to happen again.
That's why. That's true.
So even like when I shipped stuff recently back to Australia, and they're like, and for Australian customs, shoes, if you're bringing over shoes and shipping stuff, you have to clean and make sure there's no dirt in case you bring any bacteria in, any sort of animals, like dirt, like you have to clean everything.
How the hell they have a COVID then, man? They should have fucking. That's the only country should not have COVID.
Well, yeah, if they stop people from coming in,
Yeah.
right? And they did. They stopped that. Like they were, Australia like went into lockdown, stopped everyone from coming in. There was Australians stuck all over the world. Even their citizens can't even get into their home country.
Now you can go. I heard the Australia only take I don't know what was time, like 160 or I don't know 200 people a day.
Yeah, until recently, I think it was like November something. They were only allowing a certain number of people per day, which were per week. I think it was 3,000 or 3,000 people per week.
Yeah, I heard
and that was divided up between the states. So the states only had a certain number as well. And that's why a lot of people who were booking flights kept getting pushed back because, oh wait, we already reached quota. That means we can't fly in today, or we're going to move you to another flight. But since mid-November, I think it was November 1st actually, some states opened up to citizens, residents, and immediate family. If you were double vaxxed, you were allowed to come in. Some of the states. So that's why it was a bit easier for Kimmy to come in, even though we were married, had marriage certificate and all that. It was a bit easier for her to get her exemption, so we can go in because she's passed as immediate family now, to me, and that's why now more Australians are getting over. It's making it a bit easier, but a lot of the past year and a half, a lot of other Australians like no job because of COVID, stuck in a country where even they can't leave and they're not making money. And they can't pay for flights, which end up being really expensive. Like at one point, even from Hong Kong to Sydney, there was a Cathay flight. I remember when I was just like Skyscanner searching, it was like $120,000 from Sydney to Hong Kong, one way. One way.
Well, what they give you in there, man? Like
just give me the plane. Man, like
I will drive.
Like it was insane. Like there was points like. Which is sad. Like you can't even let your own citizens come in, which is pretty sad.
But I think it's finished. It's finished.
Right now it's better, but still some states. So we have Australia, and then you have like you have Western Australia, New South Wales, Queensland, all the different states. They all have different rules. So right now, Sydney and Melbourne has no quarantine for double vaxxed Australian citizens, residents, or other states have 14-day quarantine, mandatory. In hotel that you have to pay for. So, like, it really depends on the state. So, luckily, New South Wales is okay. So we don't have to quarantine. We just have to do, because of Omicron, we have to do 3 days isolation. We can do it at home. So thank God.
That's not even isolation, man. That's like you're still with your family. The day go out.
Well, they're supposed to. So we're supposed to be not supposed to see them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have to be separate. We'll just be locked up in our own room. If we have to wear masks, whatever, it's fine. Because they can pick us up at the airport, which doesn't make sense anyway. We can't. So if they pick us up at the airport, we all have to wear masks.
But you still guys gonna hug and
in the car, which is
if there's a COVID, I hope it's not. But if you hug someone, if you touch someone, I think you're gonna get that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna get. They're gonna get that. It's better because in our case now, in our age, and then we all vaccinated in Hong Kong. The worry is not to us. The worry is that other people. We don't pass it to the elderly.
So we need other people to be. That's why we need everyone to be vaccinated.
I mean, we can.
We can't make everyone. We can't force everyone.
It's a choice. It's a choice. So people don't. People. I mean, yeah. Everyone talk about it. Yeah, you should. But
It is a choice.
I think it is a choice. Eventually, end of the day, it's just like if some people want to live the way they want to live, that's their life, and they can choose to.
But you get some people who don't want to take the vaccine, but they take other vaccines. Because you've grown up as a kid, you have all the other vaccines, so why not take this one?
I mean, there's so many things, man.
Right? Yeah,
when you talk about vaccine, yeah,
it's kind of ongoing.
Yeah,
so
this
much.
ongoing story. We're not even there. I mean, we are not even a surface. Like these guys are. There's some people are fucking analyzing every day about the people who's not having a vaccination. There's anti-vax. There's this vax. So, I think is so. I want to know why Australia don't allow people to get drunk, man. Yeah. Like I don't want to.
I can't help you. That's why a lot of Australians, lucky you have the space, you can have house parties. So you have a big house.
In Australia, you can't do a house party.
You can.
Oh,
That's what you do more of. You do more house parties than you do sometimes like bigger.
But
parties.
in house, you don't need RSA.
No, you don't need RSA. You do whatever you want. Yeah.
And you can party until overnight, probably.
Yeah, unless you get noise complaints or something. But yeah, if you're.
And I think that is more dangerous, don't you think?
Yeah, but that's just like here.
But here, you can party anywhere, right?
You can party.
You can bring a table outside
Yeah.
and literally party on the street.
Yeah, yeah.
No one gives a shit over here.
It's so good. You can drink on the street. I
Yeah.
think that's like I remember one of the funniest, biggest things. My friends come over. We go 7-Eleven, buy alcohol, and just walk around with.
Yeah, we can sit down on the fucking stairs and drink.
Yeah.
Some of the country, you have to have that baggage, you have
Well,
to cover the...
Yeah, because it's just like hiding. Because in Australia, you can't drink in public. You can only drink inside your house. You can drink at a bar, restaurant. That's fine, but you can't drink on the street. It's the same as most states in the US. It's only Las Vegas. You can drink on the street.
So Hong Kong is amazing, man.
Hong Kong is
For people
amazing.
who love
Yeah.
alcohol or most of the stuff, let's not talk about it.
It's like the experience, like the way you can meet people. Everyone is really friendly. So like, I think.
Do you
that's
think
what
so?
you-
Everyone's very friendly.
Yeah, I think so. But then I always end up hanging out with expats, and expats are always wanting to meet other expats.
Yeah, because they have no family.
Yeah, because they have family,
yeah.
so it's friends. Yeah, right? I don't really hang out with that many locals.
This is what I think. Actually, I like to tell our community. I'm from Nepal. We so many people from Nepal, but we never step out of our community, man. We never. We have our own people hanging out. We usually hang out with our own people. Always the same kind of gathering, same people. I think we need to get out of and then meet new people, and that's how I think we grow. Like there's a Netflix series. If you have you watched the 14 Pick?
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah, see, because what I see from him, what he did is insane. But it wouldn't possible if he's staying in Nepal and trying to do from Nepal is impossible. Right? He moved to UK and did a service over there for the army, and that's how he met people. He's doing altitude training.
Yeah.
What the fuck is altitude training in our country, man? Fucking you just go to real altitude and you find out, man. Oh, this guy's so cool. Like he have a natural.
Yeah.
You find out, not dying. Man. What I mean is like, if he was it's still in Nepal, it's impossible, man. It's impossible to do. So if we wanted to grow as a people, I think we also need to meet the people, like not from our community, to get to know about, like, we met you, we hang out with you, we know about your culture. I like to talk to people, but again, I don't have a people that I don't like. I don't.
Yeah.
But I start to have a people that I think I wanted to avoid. I don't know. It's like when I grow up, I just realize. I just start to realize.
I think the older you get, you realize that you don't have to please everyone that you hang out with.
Exactly.
Yes, there's still your friends.
Friends, yeah.
But you don't. I don't have to see them every day. I don't have to see them. Talk to them
I don't
every
have
day.
to.
I don't
stick with
have
their
to do
bullshit.
anything. Yeah, exactly. And if people say certain things, then fine. I just if they're with me, I listen. That's it. I'm not gonna. I don't. It's like in one ear, out the other. But I think it's with age. Because at the beginning you're worried about what everyone thinks
But,
or like
just
that, and you're trying to meet. But the older you get, it's
I'm
just
21, so I'm not that old. Yeah.
and you'll find out even more. You can just okay. next person. Or
Yeah, so
like,
I think it's very important to have not to have a negativity, like
Mm.
this, because of it's been 2 years now. I start to realize there are so many people that actually we don't have to please them, and we don't have to hate them, but
No.
we just can
because
avoid them.
in the end, like, you never know, because you can't not meet people. I think in our current like world, we have to keep building connections and making friends, and because you never know how these friends could help you or you can help them in later on. Like, you don't have to be best friends or anything. But I've made so many connections here that I've learned so much from other people here, even though they're not
See,
in my industry.
You learn
but
from meeting people, right?
Yeah.
This is the point. I always said that I think we should meet more people from different industry. We should meet people out of our community to have this kind of mentality, man. I just find out recently.
well, I never like Nepalese people. I never met Nepalese people in Australia.
Yeah. So I was gonna. So in school,
No Nepalese.
In the primary, no Nepalese.
No Nepalese. I
In-
never met any
in
Nepalese
college?
anyone in Australia. Yeah.
Fuck.
Until I moved here. Then I met Nepalese, and I thought, maybe this might sound really. At the beginning, I just thought you guys might be Filipinos,
Yeah.
and then I hear the language, like how you guys speak, and it's like, what? Like, now I learn more about other cultures, Nepalese people.
When you go
and-
back
yeah.
now, there's so many Nepalese
Is there?
in Australia. Yeah, so many. Half of the Nepal is there now. I'm kidding, man. There's so many people.
I think because a
In
lot of
Sydney,
people.
a lot.
Lot?
Yeah.
Are they like studying industry? or
Actually,
something?
all of them when I mean I could
Most
be
of them?
wrong. This is what I know. All of them, 100% went there to study, but some of them decide to stay there. They have this thing called PR.
Yeah.
So if you get a certain a job with a certain salary, and if you
qualify, because like skilled workers, like a skilled workers thing. So if you
Exactly.
fall under
Yeah,
a certain
yeah.
category, you can apply. If you
Yeah.
have the skills for that category, you can apply for jobs and get a
This is
visa.
the thing. That's how I have a lot of friends living in there, and then they have their families, they have their kids. They actually.
I think that's why people talk about racism in Australia, and you don't get it unless you're in certain areas, because Australia is very multicultural. There's a lot of different countries that move to Australia early on, because Australia was so really accepting, not just Chinese,
Because
Vietnamese,
they didn't have anyone
Koreans.
to work, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty much, and having all these different cultures come in, some of the schools, some of the areas, you really get a chance to. Everyone's in the same boat, so you can't be racist to this person because it's like the same. You're being racist to your own people sometimes.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, and it just depends on some areas which are maybe more Western or more dominant by certain cultures, a certain group. That's when you might get some of that sort of racism. But for me, growing up, I met so many different people from
Not Nepalese though.
just not Nepalese when I was growing up. So
But I think that time there was no Nepalese for sure.
mm,
But now there's the second generation living there, man.
yeah.
They're gonna invade now, like kangaroo. So you guys eat also kangaroo there?
Not all the time.
What
not
we call
really.
what we call kangaroo? Is it
Kangaroo.
kangaroo? Is it kangaroo? What do we call it,
Kangaroo.
man? What do we call it?
Kangaroo.
No, what do we call kangaroo, man? We call kangaroo, man.
No, not really. We don't really eat. You can go and buy it.
There's a
but you don't
Nepalese
really-
word for kangaroo, by the way. We didn't find out, man. That actually is gonna be fun. I don't know. There is a Nepalese word, kangaroo. I don't know. Kangaroo in Nepali.
The same.
Same.
Kangaroo, right?
Kangaroo. Maybe just pronunciation.
Yeah, I would say kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
No, man. Kangaroo is like a very English sounds, man. It's like a.
That's a little.
No, yeah, let's try. So that, I mean, see, I told you, man. It's kangaroo. See,
Kangaroo.
see.
But
Kangaroo, man.
not many people eat kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo. It's I think I probably had it once in my life.
is we never. I have never seen it.
English match Sunday.
You say yeah, it's kangaroo. That's English. That's why I'm telling them. If they telling me if they call kangaroo, that's not Nepalese. It's kangaroo.
It's a different animal.
Different animal. Yeah. It's the same animal. No, we have never seen. We have also there's one more animal in man. Australia have fucking like the weird stuff, man. There's the one thing look like a duck and can swim. What is that called?
Pelican?
Yeah, man. That shit is
It's not just Australia.
really.
Yeah.
What is that, man?
Usually anywhere where there's like where there's water, a pelican. Like near water, they come out.
Yeah, man. Look at that.
Oh,
thing,
this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, platypus.
Yeah.
Platypus. These guys are poisonous.
Really?
They have a spine near this that they.
So what is that? That is in Australia only, I guess. I think.
Yeah, so they're native to Australia.
Yeah. Look at that thing, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know what is that.
But they're super cute.
Huh, right? Look, it looks like a duck. Look at that shit.
That
It's
is not real,
that's
bro.
not
That is not real.
That's not real. It looks like a duck and it's swimming inside the water, and I think it can walk outside of the.
They can come out because they can
Yeah?
breathe out of
Yeah,
water.
yeah, man. This thing is cool. Why Australia have this kind of weird stuff, man?
A lot of animals.
Yeah.
But
And also another one, koala.
koala,
Koala.
or some people call drop bears.
What is that?
Some people call them drop bears, but they're not. No, because there was like jokes that you can walk around, they're gonna come down and attack you.
Are
But
they?
No,
They don't attack,
They're
no. Super high.
They just sleep. They sleep like 18 hours a day, and then they spend the rest of the time eating eucalyptus. And supposedly, if you eat eucalyptus, you
yeah,
get
you
high.
get high. Yeah.
But
That's how actually these guys.
that's
are
why
sleeping.
Australia,
Yeah.
your cocktail. That's why your
We
Australian
have
cocktail eucalyptus.
koala manchi. After that, you just sleep. I mean, it doesn't happen, man. It doesn't happen. So, what now? Since you're gonna move to Australia, what are the best memories you're gonna take it from here, man?
I think one would be meeting Kiwi, my wife,
Yeah.
and married here. I never thought I would get married here.
Yeah, I think
I
I
probably
never
meet
thought you were
someone,
gonna
but I
get
never
married.
But I think like I said, the friends that I met here, like all the different people, you guys included, everyone, it's like friends for life.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't pinpoint certain experiences because there's so many things that
Let's
happen.
say of family, friends, and some of the best drunk party that you had.
Someone
I never seen you drunk though. Did I? Well,
probably.
a couple of times, but not.
I always look composed. I always,
Yeah. You look.
until I get home.
You get red.
I get red sometimes.
Yeah, because some
No.
people sleep here. So
I never sleep. I never like. For me, no. Yeah, a lot of people see me. I drink a lot, but I don't like stumble around too much. I don't need people to take me home. I don't black out. I always get home. It's when I get home, that's when I'm like, okay, need sleep, shower, sleep. But other than that, I don't really get hangovers too much. I get really tired. When I drink, I can't sleep, usually. So I wake up the next day, I need to sleep like until 1 p.m. and then I'll be okay again. Let's go and do it again.
shit. So you're gonna miss that in Australia.
I
Australia
will.
has so much time.
I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna be skinnier and you won't recognize me anymore.
Really? Why?
Because I'll just be training, drinking less.
Why is drinking less? I don't think it's really.
Because I won't be out as much.
You and Kimi can drink.
Yeah, we'll drink, but not as much. Like at home, maybe like a beer here, a glass of wine here, but I won't be going out like 3 times a week.
Like here.
Like here, and so, and you know when I drink fast as well.
Yeah. I mean, all of you gang drink pretty.
Yeah, don't worry, the guys will still be around.
Yeah, hopefully
Like,
they will
all my
come.
friends will still be around
So when we are coming to Australia again?
whenever you're allowed to in. Whenever you're allowed in, everyone's like, because you know it's funny. You even notice if I'm at a bar by myself and then people come and people ask the bartenders like, where should I go next? And you guys are just ask him, ask James.
You know,
Everyone thinks I'm in the bar industry, but I'm not even in the bar industry. I don't work. I just go out
You just go out and meet people.
and meet bartenders. I love sitting at the bar. Kimmy and I, like, if we get any chance, if we get to sit at the bar, we'll rather sit at the bar. It's not like because we don't like talking to each other. It's because we see each other so much anyway. We want to talk to our
People,
friends,
yeah.
the people who are working, and that's how I met so many people in the industry who've also always looked after me every time we go out, every time we go see them. So I think that's also one thing I'm gonna miss. I have to make new friends
Yeah.
in the industry.
But over there, probably you're gonna go for one bar, which is fucking, I don't know, 1 hour drive from your place.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even drive because then
Yeah.
I can't drive home. I'll leave my car there.
Oh yeah, you
I have
can't go out to
to
drinking.
take train or taxi, Uber.
Shit.
Yeah.
How expensive is to drink?
Well, it's funny. It's more price-wise. I think it's more expensive to drink here than it is in Australia.
But the quality is probably not
the
that
quality
good.
in the cocktails
Here is
and stuff
better.
here is much better. Because back when I was still living there, it wasn't really about cocktails. It was about, what's going to get me drunk the fastest. So happy hour beers were like $3 Aussie. A pint.
What is a $1 in Hong Kong?
One Aussie dollar is now 5.5 Hong Kong. So $3 is like less than $20 for a pint. Hong Kong for a beer. So that's
In
what
the
when I'm
bar?
in a bar. Yeah. And that's what that's happy hour. If it's not happy hours, maybe it's like $5, $6. So that works out to be nearly $30, under $40. I wouldn't pay 100 Hong Kong dollars for a pint here, like back compared to working as well. Like, it's crazy.
But here, one pint is around $70 to $80.
Yeah, depending what time and where you go.
No, but I don't think
Well,
you
that's
have to pay more than, yeah.
That's still expensive. Like
The
compared to
less than-
Australia, it's expensive. Cocktail, and then like mixes, so just gin and tonics, because it's all standard house stuff.
Yeah.
During happy hour could be $3-4 as well, and then non. would be
But-
like nearly.
You gotta understand, you're not allowed to get drunk, man.
Not only. Well, you can get drunk, just don't act drunk.
But, man, fuck, if you're drunk, you're drunk. How the fuck you gonna act not
You can
drunk?
be, you can like some people. You can like I would be
You
drunk,
can,
but I would
bro,
just
you
be like
can.
my face. You can't really tell
Imagine,
as much.
Imagine me and Bipesh walking in Australia drunk. Man. I'm the guy who need to come on, violence, and the guy who want to sleep, man. we'll be right away out driving like these guys, man. And these guys are bigger than us for sure, right? These bouncers.
Like the bouncers are massive.
Not here,
You think
like
I'm
here?
big. Here I could be a bouncer.
Yeah.
Like in
Over
Australia,
there,
no
yeah.
chance.
Because the people over there, the normal people are bigger, so
Yeah.
you need them.
So on the, like me being a giant here, I'm going back to looking normal again.
Yeah.
I'll just slide right in.
Everyone is very tall from there, man. Everyone's
Besides
so
the
tall.
Asians.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because Felix, the one that did the guest
Yeah.
shift, it's funny, I only met him in Hong Kong. And when he moved here, one of the first meetings, like we met, like we saw and introduced all the friends, he's like, fuck, I thought I was moving to Hong Kong, I'll be above average height-wise. But then the people I hang out with are all giants. Like all of us, we just stand over him.
Yeah.
And he's like, God damn it, I'm in the wrong group of friends.
I was talking to you earlier. This guy has a strong Australian accent, man. Strong, like. It's funny to watch him and to listen to him. when
He's
he talk.
crazy. When
Yeah.
Like it comes to drinking. He's
Yeah,
crazy.
but again,
He is.
he's loud.
He's one of the ones who will go spend all the money, won't care.
I think he's loud and he's fun. He likes to drink,
Oh, yeah.
and this is and again, these guys are the people who don't make trouble.
No,
I never see.
We always about it's because the reason why we like going out so much because we get to see our friends, and when we don't have family, our friends are our family. So every time we go out, it's just getting to see family over and over again, which is why we like doing it.
Yeah, and you
we
guys,
don't. We're not here to fight other people. We're not here to meet like. It's just usually when it's a big group, it's just
you guys,
that us.
not here to bother other ladies.
No,
There.
we're just here to have fun together, and that's about it.
That's why never trouble. I have I cannot tell who I have some group of people who actually come to Silicon Valley and other bar I've seen him. They're also fun people, but after they get drunk, it's become a kind of rowdy. You know,
Rowdy,
like,
yeah.
They want to tease other people. The worst thing I don't like about drunk people, they're going to another table and teasing ladies. I hate. I mean, I don't like someone doing that in my bar, and I personally, with my memory, I don't like to do that unless like they kind of interested, which is most likely never gonna happen.
The thing is like, if you got to put yourself in those people's shoes as well. Like,
Yeah.
do you want someone drunk to start randomly talking to you for no reason?
Yeah.
like you don't know this person, you're just trying to have fun with your own friends, and then there's one person that keeps trying to talk to you and like
Talk to your friends and stuff.
like it's annoying.
That's
So
annoying.
why would you want to do it? I think that's what you like. That's how you.
But again, I know now. Oh yeah, I know now because you guys been never drunk in Australia, man. But that's why you guys know how to behave.
Wow, man, we're always
get
drunk, that's the thing.
Get drunk, but pretend not
Yeah,
to get
man,
drunk.
we just gotta
Get
be
drunk.
good.
Yeah.
It's about behaving.
Man, this is the thing. This
It's-
is we didn't get to learn, man. We're free here. That's
It's like
why.
it's like a lot of like all the violence and stuff that was like that caused all the
I
lockdowns
mean,
in Australia.
they are in Australia.
But there's actually a lot of people that when you get drunk, some people get nicer
yeah.
because it's like look, we're all in this room, we're all stuck. It might be really packed. We're bumping into each other. Everyone's real. Excuse me. We walk around. There's no issues. And then there's just some people. There's always that one or two people that cause and ruin it, that cause problems and ruin it for everyone.
Yeah. It's really for everyone. Yeah, we wanted to stay away from that.
Was even
trouble,
here. Did
man.
you see there was that fight outside Boomerang
No,
on
I didn't see the
Saturday?
video. You have video?
I don't.
There's a
I
video?
don't have, there was a video. I saw on someone's Instagram story, and it was these. I think they were all local, and they're like girls pulling each other's hair, guys punching girls, pushing girls over, guys punching each other. It was
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, so this is the thing because we don't, as Asian, we don't have a limit here. Like some of the country, like here, as a bartender, I can give you alcohol until you fucking die. Also, it's not my problem. That's I personally think we should have rules on that. But again, this is a thing that is not on us. Like in like as you mentioned, right, in the US as well. Like I don't, and in Australia probably, if someone get an accident and the police will find out that you're serving drinking, more than as you mentioned earlier. Yeah, they will catch you, right? They will probably cancel
Yeah.
your license.
Easy.
In Hong Kong, they don't make trouble if they get fucked. Let's say they're fucking drunk, but they're outside of your venue right after
Then
5
doesn't
minutes.
matter, it's not your
That's
problem
not your
anymore.
problem anymore.
Yeah, yeah. But it's so hard to enforce, right? Like, what if they go, like you need CCTV, you need to check everything.
Yeah, again, so why I mean, like, because
put
here
all
is
this-
so much freedom. Let's say you have 2 drinks, right after that you get out from bar, you 7-Eleven that day, you fucking buy a vodka over there,
Yeah.
and fucking chuck it and fucking
Yeah.
go in the taxi, and
then-
right, yeah, who do you blame?
Yeah, who do you blame? But I think it'll be too hard to enforce. Hong Kong will never change.
For that.
Rules like that will never change because people are going to
In
be like,
Bangkok, they will lock down the alcohol freeze at 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. or 12. I don't know. There was a rule.
oh, is there?
You do know that? Have you been to Bangkok?
Yeah.
Man, they close the 7-Eleven. You can't buy alcohol after a certain time.
Oh,
they will
yeah.
close
But
the
like
door.
clubs and bars are still okay.
Yeah,
though, right?
and the public spaces like
Public-
7-Eleven
yeah.
and stuff. See, it's Asian thing, man. Because we can't handle alcohol.
You know what I think, to be honest, personally, I think Asians handle alcohol better than Westerners.
Yeah.
Westerners get drunk and they always act, even if it's not violence or anything.
No, but they
You can tell.
they very
Very like, yeah. Whereas
we try to behave.
it's not even about like behaving. I think it's more like, I don't know, personally, I just feel like Asians drink way more. We drink harder stuff
Yeah,
for
yeah.
longer. Westerners usually drinking beer all the time. Maybe then eventually they get into gin and tonics, and that time they're already playing weird games and shit.
Yeah,
But-
that's true. And also, I think the sense of not giving shit from them is more often than us. I mean, if we are super drunk, that is out of the sense, right? When you
Yeah.
think done. But if because it's again, it's coming back to culture. We grew up with our different.
Well, this way, like
different stories and
Asians, like
different cultures.
Vietnamese, Chinese drinking white wine since they were kids, like
Yeah.
like some strong plain ass.
That is insane, man. Those like in China they drink baijiu.
Baijiu, Mao Tai, that stuff is like
the ladies, man. The
it's
ladies
so
drink-
gross. I hate it.
It's-
It's so
it's-
bad,
it's
but they
so-
just slam it down like it's water.
I love when the ladies, drink more than a man. I was like, man,
It's impressive.
impressive.
I know because
There's
like you can't.
I mean, now 21st century is not about guys or ladies
No.
anymore. But still, when I see when lady ask you a whiskey on the rock, I was like, man, this is amazing,
You know,
right?
one of my ex-girlfriends back in Australia, we actually dated for a long time, never drank. Still never doesn't drink. So I just went out by myself all the time. So it was good meeting someone that, you know, because it's like, it's fun. Even if you don't go out to get drunk or anything.
So there are
It's
some
still
people.
fun.
Do you have any friends who don't drink at all but still party?
I have friends that will come out but don't really drink. Maybe one or two, but they won't drink the same as
But do you have anyone who don't drink
at all.
Yeah, I have one friend, man.
Not really.
Not even one drink, and they still stay with you until morning, like
I don't know
dancing and party, man. How? Yeah.
Unless
without-
you're on stuff.
No,
but
no, it's nothing.
If there's nothing, I don't know
It's
how.
nothing, man.
Because like for me, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I can't. It's like, okay, I want to do it, but man, eventually get tired.
I mean, that you get so tired.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
at least with alcohol,
it's
something
kind
you're
of your,
drinking-
you know, it's like a band.
It's
Let's say,
distracting you.
Like if 4 people playing the music and one person is not playing the music, it's just like, you know, the rhythm is not right. But I'm not encouraging people to drink it. But it's just like when people don't drink and still party, you have to respect those people, man.
Yeah, 100%. Because if I came out with planning not to drink, and I'm with friends, there's a high chance probably within 10 minutes I'll be drinking already. Even though I'll break the rule and I'll start drinking.
But
I've only gone through like I did 1 month one time.
When was it?
May, like years ago. I did 1 month alcohol free, and I just couldn't go out. Like if I went out, I was definitely gonna break it. So I just stayed home all the time.
I did also. But I try to do every year, 1 month. So it's we gotta do it, man. We working in this industry, so
Yeah.
we need to have a work and health life or whatever
Yeah.
balance. Yeah, but I'm not advocating for like, oh, we need to have a 6-pack and stuff. But yeah, if you can balance, if you have time, because sometimes people talk about it. Oh yeah, we should do it. But yeah, sometimes you don't have time.
You got to strategically do it.
Yeah,
Do it when there's not many events.
But
That's why I did it in May. Not many parties, not many birthdays. Easier to do it.
that is freaking true, man.
You do, early in the year, like
that's
the
why
January,
people
that's when you
people
do it.
January resolution,
Or March.
join gym, and
Those
like,
2 months, I think, are like good months where there's not much
Nothing
happening. So
happening.
because
Nothing
like for me, once it gets past June, July, it's nearly every week there's a birthday, some sort of event. It's just ongoing. Yeah, it's too much.
Why there's so many birthday on November and December, man? Always. Yeah, we talked about it, man. Always.
November and December is because,
Can you
do you know why? November and December, 9 months before is February.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Valentine's Day babies.
Yeah. Oh, who do I talk to? This one. I was talking to someone about it last week, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, I know." I was talking to some of my friends. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's a November because of Valentine's Day." I was like, "Man, first of all, my parents didn't know what the fuck is Valentine when when they get married. I can tell you, man, there's no chance. And especially we Asian people, man, we don't have Valentine. I mean, I don't know about you, but she's local. I'm probably in Hong Kong. They had a Valentine.
New
right?
Year's,
Yeah.
maybe. Chinese New Year, because it moves sometimes. Sometimes it's in February as well.
So there's
That could be a
free
chance.
free time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of days off, maybe. So if
okay.
you're Hong Kong, that could be
That
it.
could be, yeah, man. So many
Right.
birthdays in November. I'm November, but yeah.
For me, it's like October, November. Yeah, see? But for me, because like a lot of in Australia, all my friends here are like from the same age. We're all like 30, 33 or turning 33 soon. And the schooling in Australia is if you're born after June 30th, like so 1st of July, you start in the same year the next year. So from July 1st to June 30th, the next year, that is your school year. If you're born in that range, you're in the same grade.
Doesn't matter which first, but there will be the older one and then.
So then that'll be the spread. So in my year, we'll have people like, for me, I'll be one of the not the oldest, but one of the older ones because October's fairly close to July. But then there's Stephen and Tor Felix, which is like April and March and April. But we're all class in the same grade. So that's why you end up being more friends when you're with the same age people. So in Australia, that's what sort of happens.
So, like my daughter was also born in November, man. I didn't even know how did it happen. I didn't even know how it happened, man. So it's usually always November, December. I think it could be another reason. So exactly when January comes, February comes, the colder weather happens, right? So so our parents or anyone's parents
Will be different
they
for
get-
me though, because in Australia it's the opposite. It's hot weather.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you guys don't have winter there, right?
Winter is summer in Hong Kong. It's the opposite.
But what kind of winter is there?
It's cold. It can get cold.
Like
It's not
how
like
cold?
snowing cold, but it's like bone chilling. Maybe some areas, like average is probably like 15, 14, 15. But it's like you need big
So what
coats.
kind of weather in Australia is it? The four season?
Yeah, full 4 seasons. So right now it's summer. But it's been raining a lot. November was raining like all month. Over last 100 years, the most rain in the most recent November just passed.
Global
And-
warming.
Yeah, that's
That's what they want to
could be
blame
some
for.
shade warming. But yeah, summer can get really hot as well. Remember 2 years ago, before COVID, there was the
Fire.
fires,
Yeah,
the crazy
yeah.
fires.
But it's hot. I think it's mostly hot.
Not as humid, so I found it much more bearable than Hong Kong. Like there's not much humidity.
Again, man, it's a city with the cramped 7.5 million people.
Cramped.
7.5
But it's
million is
like-
only on the paper.
Yeah.
There are more people. for
80% humidity, 30 plus degrees. In Australia, if you're in the shade, you're okay. But Hong Kong, wherever you are,
Still
is hot. Like you're sweating. Like I barely sweat when I was in Australia. Moved to Hong Kong, like just walking across the road to go get something myself, like sweating already. It's just unbearable. In Hong Kong.
It's because of a lot of people. What do you think?
I think it's because it's just the climate. It's like Singapore is very humid.
Singapore's hot, man.
Singapore's hot and humid. It's the same
And
as
they,
here.
by the way,
So
Singapore doesn't even have cold. They don't have
they
a
don't
winter.
have they don't have a winter. Yeah, I couldn't do that.
Man.
But
you
then,
need
like
the
for me,
winter.
like this is as much cold I'm gonna get until Sydney next winter. So until April, May, when it starts to cool down a bit, so autumn.
So it's exactly when we have winter, you guys have summer.
Yeah.
When there's summer, so it's like in Australia, people celebrating Christmas in the
in summer, yeah, I'll be singlet, t-shirt or t-shirt outside on a barbecue or at the beach, and you guys will be all
Yeah, but what kind of there's no snow Santa over there, probably.
no, no. We
So
don't have Santa.
Will
Santa's in
Santa
the
come with the
Santa's in a
beach
bikini,
body?
man.
Yeah. So
Uh,
there's no Christmas tree as well,
no, there's Christmas trees. People still celebrate.
but they don't
same.
have the snow on the Christmas tree.
No.
Probably.
It's fake snow.
I mean, even it's here is fake. But what I mean is like not even
Nah,
like imagination of snow.
no, because like in New South Wales or in Sydney it doesn't snow. You have to go to the highest mountain in Australia to get snow. So like that's where the people go skiing in winter.
Oh, they have ski.
Yeah, a lot of it you get some natural, but you also get some of it's man-made snow.
Oh,
But you
okay.
have to go like drive like 5-6 hours away.
It's okay, man. I have the longest trip I did is in Nepal was a 14-hour in a bus. 14-hour, man. Is from
Crazy.
Kathmandu to go to Dharan. I think 12 hours. It's like I was like I did only once, and then I was like, no, man, this is
14 hours on a bus is a long time,
It's a
man.
long time.
In a cramped space.
Yeah, I mean, they will still stop, but there will be a 2-3 stop just to eat lunch or dinner. But again, if you have to do it, you will do it, and I did. I tried. But
There's no other way to get there. You can't fly.
no, there's flight. So
Oh,
that's
there's
why. No,
flight.
we wanted experience.
Ah, okay, right. Still be a good experience, I guess. But I don't know if I'm like, because I
No.
guess now everyone's in a rush. We want to go on holiday. We want to get there as fast as we can.
Yeah.
So it's like flying is always the best option, right? So
And flying in Nepal is also very dangerous.
Okay.
There's also so there's a chance that
yeah.
you're gonna fly for forever.
But aren't the roads also dangerous as well? Some of the roads are like cliffside.
That is also true.
Because I remember watching some
it's-
Top Gear episodes and I'm driving and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, it's dangerous, but it's. I mean, you still get trust on the road then compared to air, right? Because there's no chances. I was listening to someone. So there's this in plane, there's zero chances if there's a crash happen, like almost like zero.
Yeah, the chances of any accidents in the air are
But
fairly
the
small.
precaution, they have a lot of things to follow up, this and that.
Yeah,
But
the systems, a lot of things are put in to make sure everything's safe.
imagine, they have that thing, right? What is that called? The inflatable.
The life jackets?
Life jacket, the vessel. Man, if you, if you let's say the plane crashed in the middle of Indian Ocean, right? Man, no one died. It's still there. Man, people not gonna come there for a few days.
Well,
It will
I
take
think, like,
it will
at least
take time. That people don't understand the amount of the water we have in our planet as compared to the land. Is water is like what is like 3.
But I mean, like, technology now, everything's following most of the time. If the technology is not damaged, if it crashed, like the stuff, the black boxes, all the signals that are sent out,
Bro, didn't you
they'll
see
be able
the
to send, they'll be able to
Malaysian
get stuff.
the
sent
Malaysian
out.
airline
Yeah,
didn't
but
even
then
know,
there's always one-offs, or there's always damaged equipment that you're gonna lose track.
It's not about that because this so big. It's fall into less. It's just like you leave your middle of I don't know, man. Like it's like seriously like
But a couple hours, but it'll still be it'll be
plane-
hours.
The plane for us is huge. The plane in middle of let's say Indian Ocean is like a needle, man. It's
Yes.
I don't know. It's fall somewhere. To find that is typically impossible. And on top of that, they tell you, oh, you gotta whistle, and you're whistling, and you're getting more attraction from your dangerous freaking crocodile, not crocodile, shark and
But,
stuff.
like, maybe I guess I believe in technology. When there's a signal, if there's a plane actually having a proper because that stuff is mysterious. What happened to Malaysia Air was really not.
Yeah,
I
they
know.
still don't have anything.
And when if it's I wouldn't say normal accident, but normal procedure. If there's planes having trouble, there's already communication back anywhere in the world already, because the plane's getting followed from different towers, not just when they
Don't
leave
you
Hong
know
Kong.
what the Bermuda Triangle? What the Bermuda Triangle? There's a whole fucking documentary in YouTube, man.
Yeah.
It's like the people playing Lost over there.
There's so all these mysteries, but if you're gonna think about mystery, then you're not gonna travel anywhere. You're gonna do anything. I flew Malaysia Air to Malaysia 5 days after the plane disappeared.
And there was no one inside, probably.
No, it was okay. It made more space for me. My mom called me and was like, "Are you gonna be worried?" I'm like, "No. If I'm gonna worry about this, then I'm never gonna go anywhere."
Yeah, I mean,
But you can't let anyone stop you.
I mean, we're not worried. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if those are the thing, it's just for you to feel better. But if thing happen,
I'm confident. I believe in technology.
yeah,
You okay?
yeah, man, I see.
I'll be fine.
You guys are freaking making a bridge underneath the fucking water, man. Like it's impossible for us to even think about it. Actually, I want to know about how they actually do those stuff. Like, yeah, road was more trustable than the air in Nepal until now, because planes are pretty dangerous, man, over there. Yeah,
I guess because you're flying small planes, right?
yeah, it's like
Tiny.
it's
like,
like you
just
sit
like 4 people. 5 people.
16 people.
6 people.
Yeah, 16 people, 14 people. It's very, very tiny. You can see the person who's driving or like
Yeah.
flying.
Yeah.
They look at you. What's up, man?
I think when it comes to that, yeah, the car is probably definitely way more safer. And
They give you candy, and by the time you finish your candy, you arrive. Yeah, pretty cool. But if you're scared, there's so many people still scared. They take 14-hour driveway. 14-hour driveway, man.
that's,
Yeah. Is it
I
a
don't
lot?
think I've ever been. I've driven 10 hours. I think that's probably the longest I drove. Drove to Melbourne.
I mean, I didn't drive, but
yeah.
someone else was driving. But still,
Still
and they have to
long.
change. They have to change the driver within the time.
Of course.
Yeah, because
Because if you have someone tired, there's a high chance of accident.
yeah, in Nepal there's every day a lot. I mean, it's everywhere a lot of accident compared to I think Thailand is more or less. I guess Thailand is very dangerous. It's more dangerous in the world. I think in Thailand.
Driving.
No, yeah, it's the accident to die with the.
How do they
the
even
car
have
accident.
accidents? Everywhere you go is like traffic jam all the time.
Yeah, that's
Like,
why, man.
How do you have an
Yeah.
accident? You just sit there
Yeah.
all the time in a
I
taxi
think
waiting. The trip's like 1 kilometer away, and you might as well walk.
I think we can search which is the more dangerous city to more accident. Okay? Like I think is in definitely Bangkok. What do you call it? Definitely is Bangkok, man.
Right.
People don't even you over there. You just die. People watch you. Oh yeah, he's dying. Let's go. Let's move on, man. That's where is that?
Africa also. Asia.
It's Asia. Yeah, the people die with the accident, man. World Health Ranking.
Zimbabwe.
All the African,
Zimbabwe, man.
African.
I need
countries.
to. I want to go Africa as well, man. This
Don't
is-
go now, man. Omicron.
No, bro. It's Omicron is okay. It's safe for our. No, not for our. Okay, we. If we're gonna post this one on YouTube, they will ban if they were talking about
yeah.
vaccine and shit.
Asia is Thailand.
See?
World is.
World
Yeah,
is okay.
World is man. Asia, Thailand, man. I'm telling you, man. Over there, you got hit by a. Okay. Funny thing, I don't know if they change or not in Nepal. Here, if you hit someone, and let's say there's your mistake, and the person died, they will put you as a there's a manslaughter.
Yeah.
And we used to go to jail.
Yeah.
But in Nepal, you have to kill the person. I don't
What?
know almost. Yeah. Have
So
to kill-
if you crash into me and I die,
Then I'm
you
safe.
die. You
No.
say no.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm safe. But if
No, yeah, that's the thing. So let's say, I don't know if they change or not. So I'm driving and suddenly I hit some cycle guy, right? And he's fall and he's suffering. He broke his leg. I have to go back and kill him, man. That's the rule. It is real. But,
What?
this is real. Yeah.
What?
Because if the person died, there's a certain number you have to pay and 6 months or 7 month jail, which is done. But you have to have a license.
Yeah.
But if the person didn't die, you're gonna serve him whole life. You have to pay for his health. You have to pay for his food. This guy will, after 10 years he come out with the fucking because of that accident my brain got damaged. Give me money, man. You got to
What?
Yeah. So that's why you look at the guy. Oh, he's still alive. Go back.
Might as
and
well kill him.
Yeah. Don't you think it's weird rule?
that's.
And then this fucked up, right? I used to think it's true. I used to think, man, that's fucking amazing. Not it's true because imagine if the person didn't die, he break his half of the body. Probably he's gonna spend his entire life in hospital in a wheelchair. You have to pay for it
everything.
fucking all the
Wow.
time. But you have a license. That means you, by government, by rules, you pass the test and shit. You get a license. But you hit. It was a mistake, and the person died. Okay, man. Pay this amount of money, this few months, bye bye. But here in other country, I think
It's manslaughter. It could be depending how bad. If it's really a proper accident, then I think it's not as serious.
So
I think
I-
if you were like drunk or anything like that, it's breaking even more rules.
No,
then
I see one accident live. L showed it to me. So it's in the video. So the person driving, is ex-cops. I think I don't know how much true is that. And on a turn, he was so fast. The taxi driver coming over, he's on his lane, so he's supposed to turn. He was too fast. He couldn't turn. Smash, right on the taxi. Driver died. Taxi driver died. And this guy is facing manslaughter, man. He's going to jail for fucking
Yeah.
rest of his life now.
Yeah, it's
But it's in Nepal it would be like a fucking coming out as like man, peace. All right, man. I think we gotta wrap up.
yeah. I was gonna say
man,
because
thanks for actually spending your last day with us,
For-
and I really
alright.
want to talk to you. We all here. Well, I'm gonna send you the link once the video come out.
yeah,
and
man.
Thank you,
Won't
brother.
be too far away.
Yeah,
I'm only
man.
a couple
I'll
hours.
see you probably tonight.
9 hours away. I'll be at still out at Holy Eats tonight.
2 hours. Yeah, we probably gonna.
But I got some stuff I gotta sort out anyway. So before,
Let's
are you
let's go to eat something. No, I think we all going.
okay?